That's a hero that has been buffed. Gets a lot of extra bonus damage, which can kind of help CS. But he's gonna Earthshaker, something similar, right? It's just a hero that has a lot of base damage that can kind of like CS. Because when I think Tiny, if he just has a tree grab and he's gonna out CS you hard. But if you have Enchant Totem, you can kind of like counteract that. I don't know who wins this matchup. I think it's probably should be fairly even up until like the 6-minute mark, and then kind of lane's broken off.
Very interesting mid matchup Shaker versus the Tiny as well. Both pretty good at CSing, good damage output, nice burst and nuke on both of them. Very similar item builds as well. You want to think about, they both like to be blink initiators, want to open up situations by, you know, being the person getting in there first. Of course, Earthshaker has that shock value with the Echo Slam. If you get a good Echo Slam out, of course, that's like, oh wow, that's a lot of damage.
Tiny's got the rock value though.
And then Tiny's got the rock value, yeah. Throwing around the trees, finishing people off. Shaker throwing fissures in long range, but they've got a lot of stuff to go with. They've got a lot of team fight, pick-off potential, scaling on the side of bait. TiltedBoys, you've got scaling, you've got a strong gyrocopter into the later parts of the game, but no real saves. It's Pudge saving people with hooks from a chronosphere if gyrocopter gets caught. That's the only way they can keep heroes safe from V2.
It's pretty good though. I mean, Pudge is one of the better heroes against the Faceless Void for that reason. So I do like TiltedBoys draft and what they go in here. It's not like I see an inherent flaw in their drafting that can just be exploited. Maybe the Dark Willow offlane, I'm not entirely sure how good it is. According to Monkey's Forever's pub win rates, has a 42% chance of winning this game, but we'll have to see if that is skewed at all by the matchups and a competitive environment. But yeah, should be an interesting game nonetheless. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of similarities. Mid laners both are these stun lockdown type of heroes that run around the map. Offlaners, vastly different though. The Skywrath plus Legion, we know this works, right? We've seen it time and time again. But this is probably my first time seeing a Pudge Dark Willow in the offlane. I'm not sure if this works, but maybe it does. And I think the advantage you do have, if you are TiltedBoys and you're running this matchup, is it is unexplored territory to the point that Bait has probably never played against this before. So if it does work and there is like a small condition of why it works, and TiltedBoys knows why it works and Bait doesn't know because they haven't seen it, that could give them a surprise value.
All right, I've got a question. If you look at the Radiant bottom tier 2 tower, why did Faceless Void bring his courier there with no items? What's the idea with this? Why is little Pudge just standing there? Look at him.
I think he wants to move it to the enemy camp and get a ring of health early, looking at those items.
True, yeah, actually, yeah. Secret shop. Yeah, not really.
But he doesn't want to do it right now because he doesn't want to feed it.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, there's a hook that's going to be connecting onto Stamanen into the rocket follow-up. Rebounds, he's already going for TiltedBoys, and they also get the first blood. He's going to go for ValOdbka, so the mid Tiny getting a bit of extra. Already
and
almost
there
at the
goes the
bottom.
courier.
There goes the courier. It's on its way.
Faceless Void's couriers run into the shop.
700 gold required, so he still needs 150. That's a couple CS that he needs to get, but they know that they're going to be occupied in the lane, so already there in time.
Yeah. I mean, you're not expecting this either, right? Most likely. This probably works a couple times, and then one day you lose your courier with a ring of health on it, and then that's pretty sad. But for now, I think it works.
It's always fun when, you know, like casters point something out, we get the blame for it. You revealed our strats. Like, I don't know.
I don't give a shit. I'll reveal all strats all day.
That's exactly the right way to put it.
What type of logic is that?
We're just talking about the game, you know.
In fact, I'm trying my best to reveal everyone's strats as I see them.
That
way they don't always win with them.
That's what we do. Some people are surprised that we're storytellers.
That's okay. Ring of Health is coming online here.
Yeah.
He sees both heroes, so this is going to help him a lot, honestly, with this lane, because he's going to get harassed a lot by Dark Willow's right click, because Pook barely misses. Dark Willow is a universal hero, has good base attack time, good attack speed, so pumps out a lot of right-click damage, and as you can see, probably going into that Atos, most likely, potentially a Vessel.
Yep.
Who knows for sure.
So Dendi off to a good start in CS in the mid lane. 9-4 versus the 3 on Tiny. So ValOdbka hasn't gotten too much luck. Dendi, though, taking a lot of damage, at least, from this Tiny. So where the other's getting CS, the other's losing HP. Top lane also fairly even. StoneBank, we're not too used to seeing him in the off-lane role, as he was the carry for Bates for all 3 tours. Oh, Stomana doing a lot of damage here, combining onto both Door and Ferte. Of course, the level 1 Maledict, not really a threat.
I mean, if you look at some other offlaners, I mean, specifically, you can go to the CIS region as well. If you look at Pure,
Pure, yeah.
from BB team, he was very much a carry player that moved to offlane, and one of his best heroes that he plays is the Legion Commander, kind of showing that playing Legion. And as often you see this in pubs too, the carry player, they go offlane. What do they pick? They pick Legion Commander. This is a good hero as a carry player that's in the offlane to play, because you do kind of play like a carry on this hero. So StoneBank should be pretty comfortable playing a Legion Commander.
And also thinking about like ex-roster players as well. Nightfall from carry the offlane when he was back in EG, when EG was American.
Also from Bet-Boom team.
Also from Bet-Boom team. They're just racking up all the offlaners and carries into the team. But
they are.
Wake Me Up getting a kill onto Kidaro, but V2...
Oh, the bash god.
Wow.
V2 getting a lot of bashes there. Going straight into this Ring of Health. What are we building a Ring of Health for, V2? I want to know. Is this for a potential Lincoln Sphere down the line? Or what?
Also, Kidaro...
can't even build a Lincolns with that. What is he making? This refresher later down the line?
Could be.
Like, this is purely a laning phase Ring of Health. Because he does not turn this into anything useful.
I don't think he needs anything extra from it. That could also be the fact that it's just the 4.5 HP region for the lane, and maybe for the early jungling. You talked about the HP region and the mana region while going on the outer camps. If you're playing on the Radiant side, it makes sense.
Yeah, Void on Dire is a lot better for that, for sure, because you don't really need mana on Void, but he is on Radiant, so having to buy a Ring of Health is definitely a big disadvantage. So if I'm Radiant, I have to buy a Ring of Health. It's that. Oh, that hook onto Silencer into the tower.
Very good catch. And Kidaro, he's going to be done for.
Dead again. He just got back.
2 hooks, 2 kills. Wake Me Up, racking up the numbers. V-Tunes wondering why he's left alone in the lane once again.
I don't think he's that sad, because he has a Ring of Health. He's getting solo EXP, and it's not like he can't CS anymore. So this is definitely good, don't get me wrong, from Tilted Boys. However, definitely not slowing V-Tune down by any means by doing this.
Let's see what the first 5 minutes now played out. Dendi racking up some serious numbers CS.
All right, they got another hook on bot, by the way.
Again?
But he time walked it off. They unfortunately couldn't get the Bramble Maze connection.
Yeah, one of the rare heroes you can say that you can walk off the pain.
Yep.
But Dendi CS is very...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on mid lane. This is just destruction.
He's got more denies than ValOdbka has CS.
Yeah, this, like, I feel like this shouldn't happen, but it is.
It is.
And this is kind of like what you like to see if you're bait, because, you know, they are playing a team that they should handily be beating them, so you want to see them do just that.
Bring in the domination. Wake Me Up, smoking up towards mid as that 6-minute rune. Is it on the top of the bottom half?
Okay. Oh,
it's on the bottom half, and it's an illusion, but Dendi blocking out ValOdbka with that fissure. However, he's still going to get there, but the hook's going to be connecting. He's got Echo Slam, though. Is he going to do any damage with it? Actually takes punch down the half and almost gets the kill. Oh, he needed one more hit, but he would probably die earlier. Oh, Stomanen. He's the one to save him and gets the kill. And now Witch Doctor, no casket, no nothing. He's going to take away the illusion. He will get himself some distance. Blood Grenade, though, with the Maledict. Is it enough to kill him? ValOdbka slowed down. Kidaro poking the Tiny away. Sky will live. 15 HP. He still did ice himself.
I mean, yeah, he's
Kind of
chose
spent
to
some
die there.
resources anyway, so.
Nah, it's totally fine. And I think, I don't. It kind of feels like Tiny's a little bit flustered right now. I feel like he could have easily killed Dendi there. He had 7 sticks and avalanche available. All he had to do was just walk a couple inches forward, follow him off, and kill him. But he tried to go backwards for the tree throw, misses it. Having a rough one on this Tiny. That's definitely for sure. I'd be tilted too, I guess. I mean, he is on Team Tilted Boys, so it does make sense.
It does make sense, yeah. 1 + 1 added together. Silencer still no +2s though. Wait for the Glaives of Wisdom to come online later on this game. Both mids lining up the Blink Daggers.
And the duel. Just a harassment duel, it looks like.
Okay.
Well, he did just that. Honestly, that duel looks funny. You don't always have to win every duel. Ideally, you want to, but that duel makes it so Witch Doctor has to salve him. He gets a bit lower. Why not?
Still beats the Gyro in damage output if he doesn't have the Rocket Barrage on, so yeah. Harassing duel.
I mean, most gyros aren't putting points in Rocket Barrage anyway, so you want to get that flak cannon up as soon as possible, just so you can continuously farm those creeps. That's what it's all about with the gyro. Hitting that mid-game timing where you're very strong, then eventually hit Roche, get that Satanic, get the BKB, have an Aegis, and just go high ground.
Oh, Pudge, he's a lot faster than Kidaro is with those Tranquil Boots, but decides not to go for him right away. Sees him under vision. Not sure if the Pudge can actually beat him. 2 points in Rot. Maybe it's enough, but Silencer's still quite far away. He'd like Monkeys Forever to tune in, who is level 6 now, by the way. So if you get the hook... If you get the hook, that's a missed one there. With the Bedlam followed up on top of Dismember. Later on, he's only level 4, though, so he doesn't have it yet, but... Maybe this game we get to see the Bedlam being used on an ally with a lot of benefit, because, like you said before, it's not to be seen, really. We can't really make up our minds if it's good or not, because we just don't see it.
It's definitely better than not being able to do it at all. However, just Dark Willow as a whole has not impressed us, as the hook does land.
Does connect this time.
Potentially, there's the Bedlam.
There's the Bedlam. It does give him that extra little punch for the kill. E-Tune can't do much about it. As the Midas readies, it just goes back to farming duties. 2 kills for Willow this game. Wake Me Up has 1. Door also rotated in, and they are going to get scouted out by these wards if they move in deeper. It's just for the bounty. And Stamana
Pretty
takes
scary
over
faces, Void, though, I must say. Having the Midas this early, always a cause for concern. He has Chrono available, but there are 3 heroes now. Let's see if they can make this connection.
See if they do. Stun connecting there, but D2 still a beefy boy to target. But what I see here, Stamanen was sent into the mid lane to get a couple waves of XP and farm, as Dendi was farming the jungle, because they need to get this 6 online for the Sky, because Legion already has dual ready, but he doesn't have a dual partner.
Yeah, not yet.
ValOdbka goes for the rune. He's got a region, he will bottle it up. Avalanche does connect on Stamanen.
Tiny
by the toss. Fissure there.
Never mind, both supports are mid for Tilted Boys.
Making their presence known, smoking up. But this smoke might have been spotted. This ward, I'm a bit peculiar about this one. They didn't actually catch their smoke, but they're heading towards top. It looks like it was not spotted. StoneBank. 1 good hook from Wake Me Up. There are creeps in the way. Okay, now he's moving away. The scan's on point. They know. In Monkeys Forever, though.
No.
Now this is a kill for V-Tune, if any.
This is almost a guaranteed kill, actually. There it is.
Oh, nice. Cancels out the Terrorize with the Chrono. And there's your kill. V-Tune rocking the net worth right now. Only a couple hundred margin difference there, but looks like Shaker just went past them with that big Ancient stack being cleared out with the Echo Slam used for it. So,
Oh, he echoed the Ancient?
yeah, he did.
Actually, I'm totally fine.
The duel comes in, and the victory is there.
There you go.
There's your first Mystic Flare combination. Stamanen was helping out with the cap. They got to level 6. StoneBank instantly duels, and Stamanen helps out with the ult. So
yeah, so he got the EXP from the Ancient stack, I imagine. Yeah.
Calculated.
So your selfless mid player there sharing the EXP. Normally you don't see that. Mid laners, please leave my stack. I want solo XP. I need level 12 as you're level 4 on support, right? I'm sure a lot of players have been there.
And it's a triple net worth lead as well for Bait now. 3K lead. Shaker in top, V-Tune right behind with the Midas. StoneBank also following up. 1 duel victory racked up from that last kill. And TiltedBoys, well, we saw 1 or 2 good hooks there in the lane, but outside of the lane, we haven't really seen TiltedBoys ramp up any aggression. Not yet. They need 400 gold for the blink for this Tiny.
Tiny just had a rough laning stage. Like, Dendi just dominated him in a 1v1 type of situation here with this Earthshaker. V-Tune realized there's pressure being applied to bottom, and he's just gonna retreat back to the jungle here. This ring of health paying dividends for him so far as he's able to just go brown boots into Maelstrom Midas here because of this ring of health. Pretty cool build, I must say. And those are the things I do like watching V-Tune sometimes. He has a lot of innovative ideas of how to play carry in a lot of these games. And eventually this ring of health will most likely be turned into a fresh orb, but nothing really goes to waste. Let's put it that way. It's like, I guess that kind of sounds like an animal. You never waste any part of the animal. But he is very similar in his item builds, like a lot of disassembling or building some item that might have some value in the early game, but not so much in the mid game, but it'll come back and save him some money in the late game. And I'd say it already paid off for himself.
Trying to set up in bottom. Here's Kidaro. He's got 3 hostiles around him. Monkeys Forever hoping to land the Bramble Maze into the hook, but moving just far enough behind the safety of that tier 1 tower, out of reach. Dendi still vibing in the mid lane. Already 1 piece towards the Aghanims. There's no rush by the looks of it. Door getting the kill with the help of Wake Me Up, getting the hook. And Monkeys Forever helping out. They finally caught Kidaro. I guess his patience ran out.
Yeah, Kidaro's been catching a lot of flack this game. He has 4 deaths. And TiltedBoys 5 kills are 4 out of him, so dying quite a lot on Silencer. I mean, you don't have to die, but if there is someone to die, that's probably the best hero to die, right? As Kidaro will get the 14-minute wisdom rune, so they'll 1 apiece there, 560 EXP for the Pudge plus the Witch Doctor, and then also the Silencer and Skywrath. So the Monin up to level 8 already. He was struggling a little bit in levels, but completely recovered now.
If only there was an Elder Titan in this game on the side of Bait, so they could just, you know, make a bit of grace for Pudge's in-game name, you know?
Smoke? Answer that in a sec, but Stomonin just smokes up Dendi, who has a DD rune. Okay, 1 enchant totem. Very nice. Plus 632 damage.
Wait for the DD.
Wait for the DD, and he might actually one-shot a support.
He did not go for it.
That guy's dead.
He did not
if
go
he
for
wants
the Witch
to.
Doctor right away.
There it is. He's dead.
Oh,
wait, what?
out. It just expired. Oh, that just happened. Dendi, hit by the Maledict as well. There's ValOdbka coming in from the other side. They want to build up that Maledict damage slowly but surely. Stomonin yoinks the bounty rune right in front of Dendi. He doesn't need it. He's got a full bottle. And just like that, feels like the whole situation runs stale. Oh, monkeys. He's been found. That's a lot of slow coming in from that Arcane Curse. Nowhere to run, really. Surrounded. And Dendi, give him a slap.
Paused. I mean, he probably lost connection because I'm wondering, why is he not echoing? Is he taunting them? No, he's actually lagging. When he comes back, he actually has to just press echo here.
Yeah, 0.5 seconds.
He's gonna echo. Just spam more. Oh,
yeah, there we go. And delete it.
But he didn't need that technically if he wasn't lagging.
Yeah. Well, that just
unlucky.
Happened. Well, he's still got another DD slap. Okay, the DD just ran out. Now he's just gonna have to rely with basic hits here. Coconut into the face of Dendi, frozen the fissure. Mystic Flare on top of Tiny. Tiny goes down, and Pudge. Well, he's trying to get himself out of here. Wake me up! I cannot wake up! As he gets taken down by Dendi. Triple kill for him. And Door.
There's an ultra kill come. Oh, maybe unless he.
Hey.
Yeah, he's give him the ultra. Get him lower, guys.
There we go. Ultra kill for Dendi.
Dendi's back. Look at this.
Boys didn't.
Boys
didn't know what happened
on this game. You know, I recently played the Earthshaker, and you literally do 2-shot supports.
Yep.
That are kind of like intelligence based. I mean, Pudge is a bit tankier, but I think this Pudge is gonna also potentially die in 2 hits or close to it. I think it's dual mid lane, but it's not gonna be a win.
Solo duel here. Pudge wants to start dismembering this Legion commander, and there was a Witch Doctor ulti as well. Does not hurt.
Maledict was missed.
Maledict was missed indeed.
And that would have killed the Legion for sure, but unfortunate.
Nope.
Got to hit your spells if you want to get the kills, which is how Dota works.
Well, 6K lead for bait and building.
V-Tune with Midas Maelstrom in hand. You also see that ward. Oh, never mind. ValOdbka.
Did you just say vodka?
No.
No.
I said ValOdbka. I don't even know. That's how I can't say his name. What's his name?
It's ValOdbka.
Tiny. Going to the mid lane there.
That's also correct. Wake me up. Losing to Kidaro here. We wanted to farm away, but Kidaro's farming heroes. That's got to be the most enjoyable pause 5 silencer moment you can see in a while. It's like, oh, for me? And you will take
And
it.
he has Ags on Dendi now. Oh, man.
They could kill him here.
Into a duel.
And the Mystic Flare to help him out. The Fissure combo to give an extra burst. StoneBank for another dual win. Add to a tier 1 tower.
Man, Dendi's having quite the game here. Just like straight from the laning stage right into the mid game here. Already with the mobility and damage.
Oh, there goes
you're gonna go here?
And they did connect the Maledict this time, but he's got enough heals, or does he? Global Silence cancels out the Death Ward, and here's the Echo and the slap.
Hello,
and make
Dendi's home.
Dendi is on his own run here. The Fear does connect, and we'll finish off Ferte. And then it is just left down to the Willow to fight all by himself. Monkeys forever with the offlane Witch Doctor, Dark Willow. Smacked down by Dendi for another triple.
Oh, he's
7
not done
kills.
yet. This man's got an arcane rune.
Yep, looking for ValOdbka, but nowhere to be seen.
And V-Tune just cruising through this game on the back of Dendi, just taking it over, honestly. I mean, StoneBank's been good too. He's been a little silent. However, he's still making things happen, but Dendi's just overshadowing everyone with this Earthshaker performance so far. From start to finish, haven't really seen a single mistake yet.
And there's
And now the 5-man. Oh, 4. Okay, I thought they might have.
No gyro.
Bring 5.
No, oh, he TP bottom. They're fighting in mid as Ferte wants to go farm. They've got StoneBank isolated, but ValOdbka's losing a lot of HP. The roots do connect onto the Earthshaker, and there goes one. StoneBank still alive. The Chrono for V-Tune will catch the back line as Wake Me Up will drop, and there goes the next one. It's Thor, and there goes your Dark Willow. And Ferte, he will stay farming Ancients at the time as his team is dying. Probably not much that he could do here.
No, probably not. And he is close to BKB anyway. He wants to finish it. But they're realizing if they don't do something as a team right now, that they're just going to get picked off over and over again. This Legion with the Blade Mail Blink is going to kill you everywhere. And Dendi, he's also going to kill you with the help of Stomon. And of course, Kidaro here. I think his main purpose in this game is just to stop things from happening that TiltedBoys want to do. Mainly the Death Ward, Dismember, save that Global Silence for that. And then all of a sudden, some of your lockdown and damage that you desperately need are no longer available to you. And we'll have a replay to kind of show it here too. They have a ward here, get that duel off right immediately, but where's your damage output? Dendi instantly just like blocks off half the fight there with a great fissure, and then V-Tune comes in with the clutch Chronosphere, hitting 3 heroes, allowing Dendi to hit on the edge of it too. That was like a perfectly timed or placed Chronosphere rather.
Yep. Everything clicks. There's a hook from Wake Me Up, but Dendi jumps away from the hook as soon as he gets caught.
And you're stuck on Bud.
You are stuck, sir.
in the trees.
Time to go home.
Dendi's back in. Oh, instantly brought down. That may have been a mistake from Dendi here, but Global's there to bail him out.
Just a bait.
Just kidding.
It's just a bait from bait. He is tanking a lot of damage.
He's
The
dead.
Maledict
He's
Plastic
dead.
will finish him off. Door gets the kill. Big streak for Mr. Witch Doctor. So it was not just a bait. That was just Dendi.
It was just a feed. I think that really is the embodiment of the term I keep forgetting. What do we call it again in Finland? Feeling invincible.
Maybe a bit of a power fantasy there. Fantasy there for sure, yeah.
Power fantasy.
A little bit of that. That was actually a prime example of it. It's like, yeah, kill anyone. And now they're on a roll, looking for another kill. Skywrath Mage being the target, so Wake Me Up gets another stack. Oh, V-Tune.
He's got BKB. He's pretty fearless, but he is trying to catch every bramble he can.
Yeah, trying to catch him, yeah.
He didn't get the memo. You're supposed to avoid them. He thinks they're like power runes or something.
How ruined would Dota be if you had achievements, or like catch 3 bramble mazes and win the game?
For like Dota Plus challenge?
Yeah, something like that. Oh man, pubs would be ruined after that.
Get stunned for 100 seconds.
And lose.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm
a
on
little
it.
toxic.
Yeah. 18-10 with the 10K lead. Still for bait. Not letting go of it. You know, a couple deaths here and there. It does help out Tilted Boys, but it's a mountain to climb. Especially with that BKB soon up on StoneBank. Faceless Void looking like a real big force to be reckoned with. That Mjolnir and the Manta both lined up.
Gonna be difficult. That much is for sure.
Indeed. Really sums up what's going on right now, because it's
I mean, it just got really passive really quickly. However, the net worth has swung a little bit, and I think that a lot has to do with that Tormentor giving 1,400 gold. However, that 1,400 gold did go to Witch Doctor, which is not a waste of a shard. That shard is actually very good. So they're climbing back into this a little bit as Tilted Boys, and they got a blink on Pudge. This game is not unwinnable by any means. It's just hard, and hard games, we've seen it before, they are winnable. As we do see Tilted Boys doing nothing about this Roshan. So let's see what happens with this Roshan going the way of bait here. Are they going to put on Dendi? Are they going to put on V-Tune? Looks like V-Tune has cleared the space in his inventory and is going straight for that. And the Ring of Health has made it into the backpack as is no longer required and has done its purpose. And Faceless Void, this hero is the best late game carry in the game. Without a doubt. Like, whenever we have the discussion, who's the best hero in the late game? Who cares? There's a fight going on top.
no, there's not. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I feel like I would say that's a very steep statement, but now that I think about it, yeah, Faceless Void really does rank up super high in terms of late game carries and how
There's no item he can't buy to counter any hero. Like, there's some bad matchups like illusions, like Spectre and Naga aren't great, but if you ever chrono a hero and you are farmed on Void, you can kill any hero in the game. That's just how much damage this hero does.
Yeah. The only downside that hurts this hero really is like chronoing a BKB target. Don't get your time locks off, and that's a big portion of your damage, especially when you have like these 20 talents.
Well, it's better now, right?
It's better now.
At 50, you get 50% at least. Because debuff immunity no longer is magic immunity.
Exactly, yeah. Like, it used to be so much more worse. So with the BKB changes, Void also got a lot better.
Yeah.
There are these, like when you go to high rank games, you can't get that split second decision BKB off just before getting hit by Chrono because of your instinct. But Void getting a lot of more benefit out of that with at least 50% of the damage going through.
I also think Valve made a mistake this patch. They...
Oh? Yeah.
Yeah, so like they changed the talent.
Now.
No, I'm fine talking about balance things that I believe in.
Go ahead.
They made hold on, there's going to potentially be a tiny dying here.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and anticipate.
But I do have to explain myself without I can't just say that without explaining myself. So
a man of his word.
Anyway, like what they did here with Faceless Void, they made a mistake in balancing Faceless Void. This hero was really OP last patch and they made him stronger. And what they did is they moved the time lock damage to 15 talents, and they thought why this hero is OP is because the time walk cooldown reduction used to be the 15 talents. They're like, oh, he's too survivable, that's too good. Now at level 15, he does 50 time lock damage. Now he just does too much damage. They buffed him in my eyes.
Got a lot of it. Yeah, I feel like he got buffed a lot. That is true. That is true. Like
I don't think they intentionally tried to buff him. If they did, I don't know why they buffed him. But Faceless Void is one of the best carries in Dota 2 right now at high level MMRs. And he wasn't always this good. He got better with this patch, when I think he was supposed to get worse.
Okay, that can happen. That can happen for sure. And people figure out, like, wait a minute, this works the other way around. Like, oh, this is actually beneficial. Kind of like how I see the Enigma buff as well from that last patch with the idle. I was like, oh, you can't deny in lane anymore. But I was like, hey, I've got more ways of farming and pushing lanes now. Anyway,
and now at your level 20, you have to decide, do I want 95 attack speed or 1 time lock cooldown over do I want 90 attack speed or time lock damage? Now you get the time lock damage and the attack speed. Yeah. But you are slightly less survivable. But who cares? It's all about damage. Glass cannon life.
There is. Nice man-thing just there from VTune. Catches an illusion instead of the main hero on the hook. And just an unstoppable force right now. Aegis in hand, over 2,000 HP. A lot of burst damage you need to apply, and Void, if anything, loves burst damage. You can just walk it off.
Definitely can. If anything, V-Tune loves bramble mazes too.
He definitely does. And also catches a hook, but the global silence is there. The dismember used for a global, and that's time for the retreat. And they found somebody.
Top lane gyro.
They found themselves a gyrocopter. So Fate actually winning this trade-off here.
Dendi with another arcane rune. He did have to use Echo Slam for that, but no big deal. You kill the enemy carry. Totally happy with that one. And Faceless Void is not a hero that is traditionally known for hitting high ground, but he's able to just sit there and siege a tier 3 tower. It looks like he's going back for more. 30 seconds on Aegis, newly acquired Titan Silver.
Dendi's ready to go. He's pretty much optimized right now. He feels like this is a fight we can take, boys. Not starting off in the great way, but at least they continue to pummel the range racks. Going in a casual time dilation, does catch the Tiny. Tiny cannot blink initiate while that is running, so that's a free range racks. No full commitment needed.
Yep, Aegis will expire in 8 seconds here, so they got a range racks out of the Aegis. Pretty good when you're running a Faceless Void lineup. Huh. There's no timer whatsoever that Bait is on, as we mentioned with this Faceless Void. And it's not only just the Faceless Void. All their heroes scale pretty well. Infinite scaling on Legion Commander. Of course, you're going to always have damage for the Chronosphere with the Skywrath Mage. And Dendi, no issue scaling this game as he's second to net worth on his Shaker. Building into a Daedalus next, it looks like, is his choice. Instead of 2-shotting heroes, he's thinking about 1-shotting.
1.5-shotting them, yeah. And Tilted Boys trying to go for a bit of a wraparound, but this time Ferte, never mind. I was about to say he's with him, but gotta maximize the farm. Got a good position on the side of Bait, though. Now Ferte, oh, they see him. V-Tune, who does he catch? Oh man, the patience. Just walking around, waltzing around, no rush in the world. That's do StoneBank, did all the hard work, and now they see everybody. V-Tune sees 3 heroes on the river, but now they're stuck on the cliff, and they're stuck in the river, and they're stuck everywhere. Help! Where's my steps and where's my bros? Pudge gonna get taken out. They have lost StoneBank, and the Chrono, well, Witch Doctor, he's standing still inside. So is the Dark Willow. They have to reset for a bit. They do not have the Aegis, so V-Tune has to chill for a little bit. Pudge coming in with a buyback. Kidaro poking from the low ground. 1 miss, 1 hit. Does he get connections? Yes, he does. That's a double for Kidaro. Teleporting away for step.
Oh, that
forced
Tip that man.
That's worth a clap. That's worth a tip even.
A clap. All right.
Clutch force snap to prevent the TP from going off, and as we can watch the rocket fly, going to find its destination. going for couriers and straight to the head of the silencer. Meanwhile, Dendi getting jumped on by wakemeup, but wakemeup will find a lot of hostiles around the area, at least Amon, and Dendi slaps him down in 2 hits.
He didn't get a crit on the enchant totem, unfortunately. That's where he's gonna... I mean, he'll literally one-shot Witch Doctor with 1 crit.
Yep. Already hurts the Pudge a lot, who has 2,000 HP. Witch Doctor having 400 to 500 less than that. Maybe he has more armor than he does. Oh, Simonin try to go for a play with that Blade Mail blink in.
That's
LA Rax finished off.
He likes to confuse him.
Cardi getting rid of the middle LA Rax. It's a rough place for Tilted Boys. BKB's going in, they see Ferte, they're going to go for him, and they stack up around the gyrocopter, losing half of his HP for Dendi, but they're taking a hell of a lot of damage as well. Are they going to die, though? The switcheroo finally finishing off Dendi, and StoneBank to fall as well. But VTune able to disengage, Kidaro walking out, so is Stamanen.
I mean, VTune didn't get his BKB off in that fight, so he ended up getting feared, avalanched, everything, and that was the difference maker of that gyro being able to get off more damage because VTune wasn't hitting him. So a bit of an unforced error there by VTune, but really well played there to just make sure that, or just try to make sure he doesn't get his BQ. Yeah. Punish the fact he didn't want to use it. And that's 2 fights in a row where I think VTune did not play the fight well. That last fight down in, like, whatever you want to call that, that river area, he decided not to use his chrono, got dismembered during the full duration. BKB ran out. Now he's getting killed by a bedlam, has to retreat. Oh, Same with that fight. Doesn't press the BKB to follow up on the initiation of that duel and doesn't really assist his team very much.
Feeling that they're strong enough. Another pause being called out by Tilted Boys. A bit of a disconnect and a momentary reset on their side at least. But maybe we could take a look. Courier. Oh, is that the one where he doesn't get to use the courier, or oh, it happens from time to time? I don't know. But anyway, back in the game, fixed. Sometimes you're not able to use your courier at all. It's moving. Is it going back to base right away? I don't know. He already got his items. Nevertheless,
next patch there's just gonna be no courier. Just gotta walk back to base.
Reminds me of another video game.
No TPs allowed either. That's also removed.
The only things that make Dota unique gone. Hopefully not.
Sorry, I don't
where do we see?
So I don't even know.
Where do we see this game going? Honestly, if we go back to business talk with Tilted Boys, Tiny picked up a lot of money.
Are we talking business with Tilted Boys? Like what type of business?
They killed Dendi, so good progress for Tiny's next item. Already has the Aghanims, Tree Volley, good snipe supports, and his gyrocopter looking, I would say, healthy, but is he strong enough? That's going to be a big question. Still playing.
Well, I think gyrocopter is going to be not really the biggest win condition. I think if you're looking at win conditions, you're kind of looking at Monkeys Forever. He's got his Midas online. He's got Ag Scepter. He's got a Manta style as a universal hero. He does a lot of damage in the backline. Gyro just has to survive. As we saw in that last fight, because VTune wasn't focusing him, he survived. Sure, he died, but he survived long enough so that his team could dish out enough damage to end up killing those heroes. So the more survivable Gyro is, and the more farm we get on Monkeys Forever, of course, the more damage they can end up doing.
They're drawing a line towards the Roshan pit as well. Roche is home. Kidaro will spot it out, but it's 30 seconds, and they're heading towards top already. They could maybe catch VTune off guard here. But they don't want to head to the triangle. They want to get in position for this Roshan, but there's an entire team of bait going to be making their way with a fresh smoke up as well.
I think they know.
You know
the way they're keeping here. We're going to grab the Tormentor real quick. That was fast. And now I would say make your way to the Roche pit, but they don't have a smoke, do they? Does the Courier have a smoke? I don't see one on any other heroes.
Will it be don't have a single one in stock either. They can't. There is no smoke to buy, so let's do it the old-fashioned way. There's Roche.
Silencer is picking up the shard.
Roche is home, but who is the intruder? Bait for Tilted Boys. Door, he's in the front. Close to Stamanen and spotted. Instant reactions, instant wards placed down there by Kidaro.
Who's going to kill whose ward?
There we go.
One shot.
Oh, Dendi might do it again. Dendi, he might do it again. He might just repeat it. Okay, he lets Doran live for now. Okay, just go for the jump of the avalanche, cancels him out. BKB being popped, V-Tune going for the chase, but nobody to be found. I mean, that could have been just a buyback where Dendi slaps him down to death again.
He potentially could have. And you see another defensive ward being placed by the Tilted Boys here, but you don't need to go back there if you're bait. You can just hit Roche. You got the high ground vision. They're chilling. And I think this should be a fairly easy Roche as this ward will see monkeys forever. He is spotted.
And there he is. Wants to get information, but this Roche is already falling. And that goes for V-Tune and for StoneBank. They've got what they wanted. And Tilted Boys late for the party. By staying around for a very long time. They're still late. Snoozed by the clock.
All right, V-Tune with the Aegis now. Mjolnir online. Same with the Manta to help with the Dark Willow. Dark Willow does have the shard though, so even if you Manta off the Cursed Crown, it still places the Brambles down, which is quite annoying. As V-Tune is going to TP to the outpost bottom, maybe trying to kill Wake Me Up here. But he does have no Blink Dagger. He blinked into him. Should be a kill.
Okay. Wake
How do you get out of this one?
Before you go. And there we go.
I guess the one way he could have lived there was the creeps blocking V-Tune. So Dendi does secure it. But he pushed the lane out a little bit. There's no mid-rip barracks. 22,000 gold, nothing to laugh at. Bait pretty far ahead here. Do you want to go high ground is the question. And that is a hard call to make.
And there goes Ferte. Or does StoneBank go first? Okay, dual victory. 38 damage for the gyrocopter. But V-Tune on the spot. We've been waiting for this whole game long. When does he land these crazy chronos? And there's one to behold. Gyro has no buyback. Even with that extra damage given, V-Tune 3-man chrono slices down whatever is needed.
Great bait by StoneBank there, I guess. And V-Tune finds the one Bramble left on the map to run into.
Living up to the name of the team. And this is where Basis Body gets super scary with that reverse time.
I mean, V-Tune doesn't get hit by hooks. He just likes Brambles.
He just likes, yeah, no hooks, just Brambles.
Just Brambles. He's got a preference. But yeah, StoneBank, a little interesting there. That I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of these Legions disrespecting these carry players, thinking they won't get their BKB off. But they are. They're getting the BKBs off.
Oh, Dendi goes in. Tiny has to be hooked by Wake Me Up. Well, monkeys forever. Punishing Dendi with these hits, but he has a cheese. He's got some help from his teammates. Gonna go all the way back home with the teleport. Tilted Boys still get to hold their base together. Gyro now also affording his buyback, respawning in 5 seconds. He'll be back to full strength.
Yeah, they have no chrono. They don't want to push the envelope too much here. I think you just wait for the chrono to come back up. You're gonna have a nice minute window with chrono and with a minute left on Aegis. Fight for that.
Meanwhile,
outside
Dendi,
of that, yeah, Octarine Core.
Octarine Core rocking a 14-2-10 stat line on the Shaker. Game really been handed to him. That laning stage went fantastic. Ever since then. Oh, just, you know, 1 or 2 mistakes here and there. Pretty much that. Well, his only actual death was his own doing. The other one, he died with his team on the high ground. That was where V-Tune didn't get the BKB off in time. Outside of that, good Shaker game for him. Out to the high ground.
That level 25.
Yep. 25, very close as well with a -2 second enchant totem cooldown. With the Octarine Core. And
probably why you got the
Prism.
Octarine.
We're probably looking like just a bit over a second of a cooldown. Tune. He's taking a lot of hits here from his enemies, and there goes your Aegis. Didn't get the chance to time walk, was rooted up on the spot, but he will finish that tier 3 tower. This time
Sure,
he will
anything
dodge
more
the
annoying than Dark Willow with a shard? Just, wow, that is annoying.
Yeah, it is kind of frustrating.
It's hard to siege in since there's a million brambles on the ground, and when you're playing Faceless Void, roots really hurt you. And this is probably why they picked the Dark Willow, of course, but I'm getting frustrated on his behalf, even if he's not watching this. And he's, oh, look what he's doing. He's bringing in 2 he's making you think those are illusions.
Yeah, and it's actually the hero, and he's caught too. There's the gyro tanking the Mystic Flare, and here comes the follow-up duel. There goes Ferte. No buyback for him. Dendi with the Echo slam. Lands it right on top of all these heroes and takes down one. And slaps almost the second one, but the disengage is there. However, that's your bottom lane of Rax gone, and a buyback forced down from the Pudge. And
Look at Dendi. Is that celebration Echo or what? Look at this hero.
Yep. Swim. Oh, the animation is broken now. Finally, let go out of his curse. Reminds me of the, you know, the Snapfire where the lizard goes nuts.
Yeah, I do know that one.
It's going. Range Rax gone. Melee Rax to go next, and that's going to be mega creeps. But Bait, one more fight ahead of him. Those Tilted Boys provide it to them. We go to Kidaro, the high ground. Oh, that's a very aggressive positioning. As StoneBank sees an opportunity, onto the Pudge he goes. A lot of trees flying in, but he will still go down. StoneBank might drop, but they're going to take everybody with him. And there are the 2 magical letters and 2 magical words into the chat. Tilted Boys, they've had enough of this first game.
Yeah, it wasn't really close at all because Dendi just took this early game, took this mid game, and made it his own. Crushing this Tiny in the mid lane, making rotations across